Dear friends, welcome back to Shasa's virtual classroom. So, activity 7.1. Today we will be discussing activity 7.1 from statement of profit or loss. Statement of profit or loss. So, remember it's a statement, okay? So, it's a statement. It's not account. So, statement means there is no debit side and credit side. So, it is not in T column. Statement we can write in any form, but specifically statement of profit or loss and statement of financial position we have to write in a specified format as per the international accounting standards. Since accounting is concerned about presentation, you have to follow the strict format to write. You have to write it in a specific way, specific steps. You have to follow certain rules, not the rules, not just the rules of debit and credit. You will be using the rules of debit and credit, but here, since it is a statement, there are no sections like debit and credit, but we have to follow the rules. We have to present it in such a way that anyone in the world can understand it. So that is why we are following the particular format. Okay. So produce a statement of profit or loss. So it is profit or loss. Okay, remember, see, each and every word is important. Show that shows the gross profit. Okay, gross profit and profit. Okay, not net profit. Okay, so gross profit and profit or loss for the year. So each and every word is important. So how they write? So let us start. So when we write, you remember, first we have to write the heading statement of profit or loss. Who is the trader? Statement of profit or loss for Shola. Statement of profit or loss for Shola for the year. For Shola for the year. For the year, which one? For the year. So 31st March 2020. Okay. For the year 31st March 2020. Okay. So what we have to write? So heading is very important. Always what the students do, I have observed, lot of students, they just write everything and they will not write the heading. Obviously, yes, the answer sheet, the question paper itself will have so many things. So headings will be there, so many things will be there. So sometimes if it is not there, then we have to write it. Otherwise, if it is already there, then there is no need. So if it's not there, then you have to write it. So statement of profit or loss. So before starting this question, before starting answering this, let us discuss certain points. I will ask you, okay, so remember it in 5 steps. Okay, remember in 5 steps. 5 steps. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 3O. 3O. Number 4 and number 5. So first we have to start with number 1. Then we have to subtract number 2, that will give number 3. To that we have to add 3O. From that again you have to subtract 4, that will give you 5. So what is 1? 1 is revenue. 2 is cost of sales. 3 is gross profit. 3O is other income. So this plus this plus this has no name. So I will discuss what is this. So then minus 1 is expenses. This will give profit or loss. So now let us discuss each and every point. So I will ask you certain questions also in the meantime, so that let me just check if you know the answers. You can answer those questions if you already know. So what is revenue? Revenue is nothing but net sales. So what is net sales? Net sales is nothing but sales minus sales returns. Isn't this sometimes instead of sales they will give revenue? They will give sales return also. So there is no revenue returns. Okay, so there is always sales returns. So don't get confused. Sales, if they give sales or revenue, it is one and the same, but always by default you have to subtract sales returns, and that minus that is called revenue. Revenue is always revenue only. It is not, there is nothing like net revenue. Remember, there is nothing like net revenue. Okay, so there is nothing like net revenue. So net sales is nothing but sales minus sales returns. Sometimes sales and revenue are interchangeably used, and they give sales returns also. So revenue minus sales return, sales minus sales return, always it is equal to revenue. So always when the revenue is the only thing, there is no concept like net revenue. Never. Net revenue is never used. Okay, so always revenue should be used. Very important. Okay, so basic things, but lot of students, they don't focus on small things, but when they are attempting the question papers, they get confused with small things. So they may get confused when sales is given, revenue is given, they may get confused. They may take one or the other, they may leave out. They may think that even sales return is already included there. So all those things there may be a lot of confusion. So always the concept should be very clear. That is why you have to learn the subject in depth. In A levels you have to learn the subject in depth to crack, to get the best score. To get the best score, you have to understand each and everything, each and every word, each and every term, whatever it is, you have to understand. Unless the concepts are very clear, you cannot excel in A levels. You cannot excel. So remember, forget it. So don't even think about it. Lot of students, what they do near the exams, they try to work out, they try to do lot of things, but because of excitement, because of the anxiety, because of the stress, they forget most of it. So unnecessarily they lag behind, and the performance comes down very badly. So never do that. So you start preparing from the day one. Understand each and everything. Try to work out more and more problems. that will give you best idea. That is the best idea to get very good marks. Okay, so this is what is first step. First thing you should know, first step number 1, revenue. Revenue is net sales, that is nothing but sales minus sales returns. Sales and revenue are interchangeably used, so say they may give sales also and sales return also, they may give revenue also, sales return also. There is no word like net revenue, always it is revenue. So remember this is the first step you should know. So in this also, a lot of students, they get confused and they commit lot of errors here. I have observed students. So second point is cost of sales. So what is cost of sales? To get this, to make this revenue, you incur some expenses. You incur some expenses to make this revenue. So that is known as cost of sales. So what all is included here? Purchases. So you would have purchased merchandise, purchases, that is goods only. Okay, so only goods. You would have purchased, okay, goods. To get the goods inside the company or godown or factory or whatever, you might have incurred carriage inward. So remember, carriage, there are two types. One is carriage inward and one is carriage outward. Carriage inward means to get the, when we purchase, we get the materials inside our premises, so we incur carriage inward. So purchases plus carriage inward. So what other things can be included in this? When we purchase, there may be some items that we might not have sold, that may be still lying. We might have purchased some items in the previous year, previous month or whatever, and there may be some items that will still lying with us. So that is known as inventory. That is known as inventory. So to this we need to add opening inventory. What is opening inventory? Opening inventory means inventory at the beginning. Inventory at the beginning. So before the purchases, before we have sold all those things, before that there might be some, okay, so there might be some opening inventory. So at the beginning, whatever we have, that one, so that need to be added. So again, in the end, at the end of the accounting period, some inventory might be remaining, so that is known as closing inventory. So in the instant case, for the year, so this is 31st March 2020. So in this case, opening inventory is on 1st April 2019. There may be some items lying 1st April 2019. So closing inventory will be on 31st March 2020. So maybe this is, we can call it 31st March 2019 also we can call. So normally the year will, this opening will become, so normally we take 1st April. So there is no much difference between 31st March 2019 and 1st April 2019, because there is a difference of only one night. Okay, so remember, cost of sales is nothing but purchases plus carriage inward plus opening inventory minus closing inventory. So, or you can write opening inventory at the beginning of the year, inventory at the end of the year. So cost of sales, very important. So you can remember this. So like opening inventory plus purchases less purchase returns. So similar to sales return, there may be purchase returns also, right? So if the goods whatever you have purchased, if they are of not a good quality, you might return them. So it is known as purchase minus purchase returns. Okay, so these are called net purchases. Net purchases. So you can use the word purchases minus purchase returns as net purchases. So purchases, normally you will use purchases only, even if there is purchase returns. We normally don't use the word net purchases, we use purchase minus purchase returns. So opening inventory plus purchase minus purchase returns plus carriage inward minus closing inventory. So cost of sales is equal to this one. So this will give you cost of sales. So this will give you cost of sales. So what next? So revenue minus cost of sales will give gross profit. So to this we need to add other income. So this minus this will give gross profit. To that we need to add other income. So what is other income? What is other income is nothing but discount received. So this is not the income of the main operations. So revenue means sales. Okay, revenue means sales. This is other income. Other means other than sales, whatever the income, like discount received. So maybe rent receivable. So there may be interest receivable or interest received. So all these are known as other income. So all these are known as other income. So why did I call this as nameless? Why did I call it as nameless? Because there is no name for gross profit plus other income. You have to just calculate and leave it and write and leave it of that. So there is no name. So no nameless. So why did I write 3 plus 3O? So that you don't forget this. What happens, a lot of students, they reach here, they forget these items. Again they recollect, again they come back. Because of that, lot of mistakes would have happened, and because of that, lot of time would have wasted. Again they have to rectify all the numbers. Unnecessarily they will be wasting time. They will not get time to answer the other questions. So that is why you have to be very careful. You have to plan accordingly. You have to calculate in your mind. You should know all the steps in your mind. So there should be logical flow, smooth flow of numbers and whatever the words, whatever. So there should be logical flow. So you get something. So that is nameless. So question mark. Then from that, what we need to do is we take out expenses. What are those expenses? Maybe we would have paid salaries. So these are all the other expenses which are incurred for the purpose of after the sale. Okay, so see, what is cost of sales? Cost of sales is to make the goods saleable. But after the goods become saleable, there are so many other expenses, like you may have to pay salaries to the staff. So you may have to pay rent. So you may have to pay wages. You may have to pay wages to the workers. So you might have to spend on postage and stationery. Similarly, carriage outwards also. Carriage outward means when we sell, at that time we incur expenses. It is related to sales, but it is after the finished goods have been produced. So that's why carriage outwards. after the sale has been made. So that is why carriage outward. So carriage outward also. Discount allowed. So discount received is part of other income. Discount allowed is coming here. So remember, this is very important. Lot of students again they commit mistake. Discount allowed should come here. So then whatever they get, after you deduct, what you get is profit or loss. So what are the steps? Let us revise once again. Revenue. So that is net revenue minus cost of sales. That will give you gross profit. To that we need to add other income. So that will give one figure. From that we need to subtract expenses. So what we get is profit or loss. That's all. So remember 5 line items. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this plus this. Because why 3O? Because lot of students they normally forget this 3O. 4, that will give 5. 5 steps, simple, that's all. So 5th step is not a step at all. So ultimate answer is profit or loss. So this is how you have to do it. So now let us go and work out. Suppose, so if you remember this particular aspect is very important. So if you remember this, these questions on income statement, profit or loss are often asked in A levels, AS level, both in AS level and A level. Often they are asked with lot of adjustments. So first, these are the steps you should know. Suppose if one of the other item is not there, for example, if opening inventory is not there, you can just leave it. Opening inventory is not there, you can leave it. So if there is no other income, you can leave it. So opening inventory is not there, you can leave it. You can write 0 or you can just leave it. You don't have to take. So the answer depends on whatever the details given. So the line items, the items are as per the question. Okay, items are as per the question or info provided. So there is no specific there is, it is a big ocean. Too many expenses are there, too many incomes are there, too many things are there. But normally these are the mostly used, mostly commonly, almost 80 to 90% of the line items. So that is why this is just illustrative. So the items you have to write as per the question or info provided. But the steps are almost same. So you have to always follow these 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 3O, 4, that's all. Okay, 4 steps, 4 to 5 steps, that's all. Okay, so you need to remember this. So now come to the question. Having learnt all this, then now you can attempt the question. So now delivery cost, when is this incurred? This is incurred to deliver the goods. So they are expenses. Office expenses. Purchases, cost of sales. Purchase returns, cost of sales. Rent and rates, expenses. Sales, revenue. Sales returns, revenue. You have to deduct from revenue. Wages and salaries, expenses. So hardly how so simple, such a simple question. The question is very simple. So now having understood this, you can solve any number of questions. If the steps are clear, if you know everything, the steps are clear. So first you have to write the heading, statement of profit or loss. So first you write statement of profit or loss, etc. Okay, you write down. Then what is the thing first you have to do? You have to write revenue. So what is revenue? Sales. Sales is how much? 134520. 134520 less sales returns. Returns how much? 3040. 3040. What is revenue? So this minus this. 134520 minus 304 131480. So 131480. Remember, this is revenue. Okay, so you have to write the details like this in an inner column, and the amount whatever you get is revenue. Whether if only revenue is there, you can just write like this. If there is say sales return, you can write that. If it is not there, you can just leave it. So revenue and sales is one and the same. They are interchangeably used. I have explained to you again all the things. Now from this you need to subtract cost of sales. So what are cost of sales? Cost of sales are related to purchases less purchase returns. So what are purchases? Purchases are 57210. Purchase returns are 1605. So when you subtract this from this, 57210 minus 1605, 55605, 55605. So this minus this will give you, so 75875. 75875. So this is known as gross profit. So gross profit. So then to that you have to add other income. So by default you just write this and leave it. So it doesn't you don't lose any marks for writing this. So because normally you forget to write this. So when you are practicing, at least at the time you write. In the exam if you don't write also it's okay, but when you are practicing you just write and leave it, so that in the exam you don't forget. A lot of students commit this mistake. So I am telling you this seriously again and again. So a lot of students, they forget this, then again they try to insert. Because of that, lot of time will be wasted. So gross profit is the same amount, 75875. So from that you need to take out expenses, like expenses. So what are the expenses? Delivery costs, office expenses. What is delivery? How many are delivery costs? 8645. Office expenses 23180. Rent and rates 12870. 12870. Wages and salaries 53985. Wages and salaries 53985. So now you add all this. 8645 plus 23180 plus 12870 plus 5398. 539. So that will give you 98680. 98680. So that will give you how much? So this minus this minus this, so loss, because expenses are more. So loss 75870 minus 75875 22805 22805. That's all. So that is the end. So you have to write this in a specific way in this particular format. It's very important. Okay, so you have to use follow these rules. You have to practice this often. You have to practice, you have to remember, you have to use it. So income statement, statement of profit or loss is very important question, often asked in the exam. So a lot of questions are often again in the A levels also, AS levels also, they are very, very important. So now so we'll just wind up this session. We'll just continue in the next class. Till then, have a good day, good night, bye bye.